Today I'll be explaining multiple linear regression, a powerful tool for understanding relationships between one dependent variable and multiple independent variables. Let's dive into what it is, when to use it, how to use it, its applications, and a real-world example. What is multiple linear regression? Multiple linear regression, or MLR, is an extension of simple linear regression. It models the relationship between a dependent variable and two or more independent variables by fitting a linear equation to the data. The general formula looks like this. Y is the dependent variable, or what you want to predict. x1, x2, or xn are independent variables, or the predictors. b0 is the intercept, while b1, b2, bn, and are the coefficients, or effects of the predictors. E is the error term. Essentially, MLR allows us to understand how multiple factors together influence a single outcome. When is multiple linear regression used? MLR is used when 1. You want to predict or explain a continuous dependent variable. 2. There are multiple independent variables that might impact the dependent variable. 3. Relationships between the variables are linear or can be approximated as linear. For example, predicting a person's income based on education, age, and years of experience. As you can see, we have multiple independent variables that might affect the dependent variable. How do you use multiple linear regression? Here's a step-by-step approach. Number 1, collect data. Gather data on the dependent and independent variables. Number 2, check assumptions. Ensure linearity, independence of errors, no multicollinearity, and homoscedasticity. Number 3, fit the model. Use statistical tools or programming libraries like Excel, Python, or R to fit the MLR equation to your data. Interpret results. Analyze the coefficients to understand the impact of each predictor on the dependent variable. Number 5, evaluate the model. Use metrics like R-squared, adjusted R-squared, and p-values to assess the model's performance. Now we're on applications of multiple linear regression. MLR is widely used in various fields such as number 1, economics, predicting GDP based on factors like investment, government spending, and exports. Number 2, healthcare, estimating patient recovery time based on age, diet, and exercise habits. Number 3, marketing, analyzing sales based on advertising spend, product price, and store location. So now let's apply multiple linear regression to a real-world scenario, predicting student grades based on several factors. So we have our dependent variable, which is grades, or the average grades of the student. Our independent variables are number 1, number of hours of study per week. Number 2, allowance per week in PHP currency. Number 3, whether the student has a TikTok account, or yes or no. And number 4 is the student's year level. Explanations for that are, suppose we collect data from 100 students. Using MLR, we model how these factors, study hours, allowance, TikTok usage, and year level, influence the average grade. For example, we might find that study hours have the largest impact, while excessive use of TikTok negatively affects the grades. That's about it. Linear regression is a versatile tool for understanding complex relationships between multiple predictors and an outcome. It's used in diverse fields and helps make data-driven decisions, where we explore what it is, when and how to use it, and its real-world applications. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you understand multiple linear regression better.